Is me asking Alexa about the Serpent Deity program that NASA has created, and they will be shooting 3 rockets at the eclipse on the day of the solar eclipse on April 8th. I didn't believe it. Someone sent that to me. I'm like, come on, they don't have a program called Serpent Deity. It's like, but they do. Please tell me what you think. As soon as I ask Alexa, comment. Because what Alexa, can you tell me about NASA's new program called Serpent Deity?
NASA has launched a new program called Serpent Deity as part of the Artemis program. The program, dubbed Viper, aims to develop technologies and techniques for sustainable lunar exploration. The initiative is focused on exploring the lunar South Pole, which is believed to contain water ice and other resources. Viper's objectives include conducting detailed surveys of the lunar surface and assessing the feasibility of extracting and using lunar resources.
Alexa, is the Serpent Deity going to be doing anything during the eclipse?
From Wikipedia.org. In Kapampangan mythology, Rahu is depicted as a bird-like dragon or serpent that causes both solar and lunar eclipses. However, its features are closer to the demon Rahu. Also, I can tell you the fun holiday of the day when I hear your morning alarm. Would you like me to set up that routine?
Nope, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. Alexa, what is NASA's Serpent Deity going to be doing on the eclipse on April 8th?
In ancient Egyptian mythology, the serpent deity Sobek is sometimes depicted as pursuing the sun god Ra, and during certain instances nearly consumes the sun disk, resulting in an eclipse. The April 8, 2024 total solar eclipse will be a significant astronomical event that will be viewable from certain regions in North America, including Canada, Mexico, and parts of the United States.
Alexa, is NASA going to be doing anything with the solar eclipse on April 8th?
From the MalaysianReserve.com. On April 8th, NASA will host live coverage of the eclipse on the agency's website and the NASA app beginning at 1 p.m.
Alexa, will NASA be shooting rockets at the solar eclipse as part of the Serpent Deity program?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, what's the Serpent Deity program at NASA?
The Serpent God Deity Program is a NASA program that aims to study the asteroid named Sekhmet, which is associated with the Egyptian serpent deity of the same name. The program will utilize the spacecraft that collected samples from the asteroid Bennu to obtain better insights into the asteroid and its composition.
So what you're about to see is me asking Alexa about the Serpent Deity.
If you follow me, you'll already know about the second sun, the sun simulator, and other celestial bodies in the sky, including Rahu, the black sun, also known as Ketu. Now, I've got an amazing video for you, so please stick around until the end. Now, as the above text says, solar eclipses are not caused by the moon. That was just a side point. Video coming now. Okay, people, what you're seeing here is a third celestial body. I've made videos on the second sun, the sun simulator, and I've mentioned that there are other celestial bodies in the sky you cannot see due to them being transparent and only visible when they pass over the sun. The atmospheric hazing in chemtrails and the sun simulator also distort what you see in the sky. Now, when these other celestial bodies, orbs, or rogue planets pass over the sun, that's when they become visible. This also happens with the moon as well. And what you're seeing on this video clip here is clearly another celestial body passing over the sun. Now, in Vietnamese, Hindu, and Buddhist culture, they speak of the black sun, which is what you're seeing here. And this is known as Rahu or Ketu. Now, I'll go on to read a passage from the Vedic Hindu texts, which is described as a metaphor for the black sun. But this is how they would explain phenomena in ancient texts. So here we go. In Indian astrology, Rahu is the eternal enemy of the sun and the moon. He is the third celestial body that eclipses them. He catches them by surprise and only comes out when the moon is full. Rahu is always depicted as a dark circle or eating a circle. In Hindu tradition, Rahu has a severed head of Ashura that swallow the sun, causing eclipses. He is depicted in art as a serpent with no body, riding a chariot, drawn by 8 black horses. Rahu is of the Navigra's 9 planets in Vedic astrology and is paired with Ketu. The time of day considered to be under the influence of Rahu is called Rahu Kala and is considered inauspicious. In Vedic astronomy, Rahu is considered to be a rogue planet. The other name for Rahu is Bhyanka. Astronomically, Rahu and Ketu denote the points of intersection of paths that cross the sun and the moon as they move on the celestial sphere. Therefore, Rahu and Ketu are respectively called north and south lunar nodes. The fact that eclipses occur when the sun and the moon are at none of these points gives rise to the myth of the swallowing of the sun and the moon by the demon snake. Now, you have to understand that with ancient texts and certain cultures, there's a lot of metaphors. Now, if you are familiar with the flat earth model, you'll know that the sun and the moon are local, they're small, they're not hundreds of thousands of miles away. So the moon is not 250,000 miles away, and the sun is not 92 million miles away. They're local. You can see clouds in front of and behind them. And you know on the flat earth model that the sun and the moon kind of rotate opposite each other almost. And there's no way that the sun's shadow, the earth's shadow can be cast over the sun because they're both really small. So this clip here is really beautiful because you can actually see the third celestial body, Rahu, Ketu, the black sun, whatever you want to call it, pass over the sun. Now, it's interesting to note that the Nazis were very into occultism. They were in search of the Aryans, and one of their symbols that is highly depicted in their text and on their uniform and things like this is the black sun. They use the black sun for symbolism. This is just, worth noting. Now, the Nazis also, as a side tangent, they hijacked the swastika. And the swastika is used in almost every culture, from the Egyptians to the Celtics to the Hindus, you name it. Every single culture has used the swastika as a sign of spiritualism and spiritual awakening and insight. But the Nazis hijacked this. And it's funny that they would use the black sun as one of their symbols as well.
Ra, the Egyptian god of the sun, is tasked with making sure the sun rises every day by traveling across the sky during the day and through the underworld at night. In the underworld, Ra faces his archenemy, Apep, the serpent god of chaos. Apep's sole purpose is to prevent the sun from rising, which would plunge the world into eternal darkness. Each night, as Ra navigates the underworld, Apep confronts him. The battle is fierce, with Apep trying to swallow Ra's sunboat. Ra is not alone in this fight. He is protected by Set, the god of chaos, who often stands at the prow of Ra's boat, defending it against Apep. Despite Apep's strength, Ra emerges victorious each and every day. Ra's successful emergence each morning, following his nightly battles, would symbolize hope and the continuous cycle of renewal. His victory over Apep would be a daily reaffirmation of life and order over chaos and destruction.